Hey guys, welcome back. So today we got a 2015 Santa Fe Sport 2-liter turbo. Customer complaint, check engine light. So as I grab this vehicle from the parking lot going to my bay, I feel some shaking from the engine. It's rough idling, right? So it has 200,000 kilometers right now. So I'm gonna do check for codes. I'm just gonna go for powertrain, or yeah, and let's see what check engine light we have. I'll guess it's gonna be a misfire, but which cylinder is gonna be the misfire? Let's see here. So we got two fault codes. We got cylinder number 1 and 3 misfires. Okay, so I'm just gonna go quickly at OBD2 and let's just see if the other cylinders are not misfiring. It's just 1 and 3. Okay, so misfire counter, misfire monitor, cylinder number 1 gets 1600 there, cylinder number 2 0 3 0 4 0. So as per the OBD2, 2 3 4 has no misfire, cylinder number 1 has a misfire. So now let's go to the data. Let's just grab something here, some data, and see if which direction we're going for a misfire. And at least we can also verify, is it really cylinder number 1 that's giving us the misfire counter, because we got a history code for cylinder number 3 too. So let's go actual engine speed. I'm gonna just pull up my oxygen sensor. Since it's misfiring at idle, right, I'm just gonna go idle. I'm not gonna go drive it. And what else? On the OEM side, Hyundai side, it's gonna be fuel adaptation. Let's go fuel adaptation, idle, and misfire counters. So 1 2 3 4. I don't think we're gonna be dealing with fuel pressure, but actual lambda, because it's only cylinder number 1 that's misfiring. So let's start with this data first and let's see. So I'm gonna go start the vehicle. So right now, so cylinder number 4 is miss. You got a miss there. Cylinder number 1 keeps misfiring right now. We can see in our fuel adaptation, it's a minus 11. Our oxygen sensor upstream is 1.9, downstream is 0.4. So let me try to raise the RPM and see. It's misfiring more. Okay, idle minus 12. Okay, so it's really number 1 that's misfiring. Now, which direction are we going? My oxygen sensor are all reading normally. My fuel adaptation is minus 13, right? Let's just go home there. Let me just turn this off quick. Ignition on. I'm just gonna go quickly to the OBD2 side for data, and I'll just grab the oxygen sensor and the short-term fuel trim. And as you can see, we know that these models are very what do you call that, they're very, it's normal for them to have an engine issue with this model. So long term is -12. Oxygen sensors, equivalence ratio, current, and then let's graph that, and I can see that the engine is it's old. It has 200,000, so maybe we're dealing with engine here, but let's see. So long term is -13 there, raising RPM. The data on the long term is a little bit better, from -13 to -6. But at idle, yeah, it's -14. Okay, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm just gonna try to disable the whole injectors, right, by removing that big connector there in front of the intake. And let's just hear how this cranking, I know it's not like, you know, specific or very accurate. I just want to hear how's the cranking on each cylinder. Is there less sound than the cylinder less sound on cylinder number 1 compared to the other cylinder, right? Or difference of sound? It should be equally if there's no issue with the mechanical side, right? So let's do that and see. So the connector for the injector is gonna be here. There's a big connector here. Okay, so I removed that, as you can see there. That's our connector. Now we can crank it. Okay, and if I can hear something that's, you know, that's not all the same when it's cranking, and then we can do something else. Okay, so let's try cranking. Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it. So something wrong with that, because it should be if, you know, if all what do you call that, if all the pistons are contributing to each cylinder, right? So let's try it again. Yeah, so I'm just gonna quickly hook up my scope. Let's do a relative compression test on this one before anything else, and then let's see if we can really pinpoint that it's cylinder number 1 that has an issue mechanically, right? Alright guys, so I set up my scope. We got an amp clamp there, or current clamp. I hook up in a negative battery, and we got, this is 2-wire, so you can use primary trigger. Yeah, this is 2-wire, yeah, 2-wire, but I just use a secondary so that I don't have to poke anything or back probe. So what it does is we're gonna monitor the starter current, because every time it turns, right, it's pushing the piston up, right? So that's why they call it relative compression, because it's not accurate itself that, you know, the compression pressure itself, by using the gauge, but right now we're just seeing how all the cylinders contributing each on the compression, right? So now we're gonna do a cranking compression on this one, right? And then we can monitor our result. So I'm gonna go inside the car and then let's crank this. Okay, so let's stop this. Let's review our data. So the red one is just a trigger, right? It's to know that that's our reference. We call it a sync. So now, so let me clean a little bit because it's kind of noisy. Let's filter, and that's very clear. Yeah, we are missing something. Let me do like this. Go adjust the picture at least. Okay, so as you can see there, not even putting a cursor or a reference line, that something is missing there, and that's our cylinder number 1. So because we're on the reference on cylinder number 1, right? The red trace. Okay, as you can see there, we go full cycle, right? And the firing order on this one is 1342. So as you can see there, can I zoom in more a little bit? Let's zoom in more so you guys can see it. And it's very repetitive, right? As you can see there, compared to other cylinder, they have long peak, right? Compared to the cylinder number 1. So now if we divide that in 4, because this is a 4-cylinder, as you can see there, and the firing order is 1342. So my issue here, as you can see there, that's cylinder number 1, 3, 4, 2, and then back to 1. Let me remove our cursor here so that it's more. We can see it clearly, as you can see there. So my next step will be, okay, so the next one will be, there's different option. We can go go cylinder leakage test, right? Leak dump test, right? Or we can remove the spark plug and use a camera and see what's going on there. But with this, in this case, we got low compression on cylinder number 1. We just want to find out which side of it that it's leaking. Is it leaking from the crankcase, intake, exhaust, right? Since doing the cylinder leakage test is gonna be like you have to remove the spark plug, I'm just gonna put the camera first, and then if I can't see anything there, then we can do a cylinder leakage test. Or if you don't want to remove anything, there's other ways, right? You can use a pulse sensor. By doing that, we can see which one is not based on the waveform itself, right? So yeah, let me remove the the spark plug number 1. Let's put in a camera in there and see what's going on. Okay, so I removed our spark plug, cylinder number 1. I just went down there and make sure that our piston is down. So I just turned our crank there. So now let's go in and see first. Now we have, and our cameras here, as you can see there, the piston, the top of the piston is wet with what? Oil, fuel, but that's what. So let me move this guy here. Okay, so that's the maximum I can go. Okay, so that's the side of the piston, other side, and as you can see there, that's the face of the of the face or the top of the piston. That's oil. I think that's oil, that's not fuel. So I'm gonna turn the what do you call that, the camera up and see what's going on the valves itself. Okay, what do we have here? It's all wet. All wet. That's the valve, is the intake. Unless it's leaking from there. I'm gonna turn the other valve. Oh, okay. There you go. Loss of compression there. You see that hole there, right? We got a hole there in our exhaust valve. Let's go in a little bit. Is that a hole or just the carbon? Let's see. Is that a hole or carbon? It looks like that's a hole. Yeah, that's a hole on our exhaust. That's the exhaust, the other side is intake. So now the question there is, we got oil in there. I don't think that's fuel. What you can do so is, I'm not gonna go further. I'm gonna tell them that, hey, it's either they gonna do cylinder head in this replacement or call the whole engine, since this is very common on this models to have an engine issue. But in this case, it's not the bottom end that's the issue, it's the what do you call that, the valve, especially the exhaust side. As you can see there, it was there was a hole, it was damaged, right? So to go further inside there, you can go top dead center, put the cylinder leakage test, and when you crank for air, push it in the cylinder, there should be air coming out to the exhaust pipe, right? But in this case, I don't think we have to do that. That's very obvious now. We got a damaged exhaust valve there. So quick test is, instead of swapping cords and everything, at least we have the direction to go. And here's our spark plug on cylinder number 1, right? So anyway, well, let's see what they will do with this car, because there's no recall for it. I don't know if the recall was done, but I don't see any history in the vehicle or on the work order. So yeah, at least we learned something from there, right? We did we call it a relative compression test using the amp clamp, right? So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'll just update you guys what will be the repair for this, right? So yeah. Alright guys, so update to the Santa Fe with a damaged exhaust valve with no compression on cylinder number 1. The engine was declined, I think. So I think the customer bought a new long block assembly instead of rebuilding the cylinder head and what do you call that, cylinder head and a short block. So I installed a new long block on this one, right? So yeah, the car is running right now. the decline engine was, they're trying to claim it as under warranty for those engine issues, but that one is in the crank bearings, right? But anyway, just an update for this low compression or no compression at all at cylinder number 1 Santa Fe.